Hi guys, welcome to Two Bees in a Pod. My name is Liz.
And I'm Z, and this episode is my near death experience and Eagles guy. So, like I mentioned in a previous episode, I left my parents' house at the age of 18. I moved out in December, and about a month after I moved out, I started experiencing abdominal pain. At first, it was just spontaneous here and there. I wasn't really noticing a pattern. Like, I couldn't tell if it was hurting like after I ate certain foods or if I drank certain things. Like, I was just getting like a random pain. And there was like nothing that would alleviate it. Like, I would try Tylenol, ibuprofen, and like nothing was helping alleviate the pain. It was just constant pain. And at first, it was just like every couple of days, and then it was like every couple hours. Like, it was nothing that, like, I was still able to like go on with my day. But for like a month after the pain had started, it actually started getting worse, and it started giving me nausea. I started vomiting like after every meal. I couldn't keep anything down. I was like trying everything that I could to make myself feel better, because at the time I was going to college, I had a job, and I was like, I cannot be sick. Like, I need to figure this out. And I could not figure it out. So I ended up going to the hospital, and they just told me that maybe I had ate something wrong, or I had ate something bad. That they didn't find anything. They did like an ultrasound. I'm pretty sure like they checked to see if I was like pregnant or something, but it was nothing. Like, nothing was coming out abnormal. So they were like, oh, we'll just follow up with like your PCP. We're not seeing any abnormalities. And I was like, okay, well, if the hospital ain't finding nothing, then I don't know where this pain is coming from. So, for like the next couple of weeks, I continued having pain. I was trying different remedies. I was having like ginger ale. I was, like on a liquid diet. Like, I was trying everything possible, um, to like stay away from like unhealthy foods, I guess. Because I couldn't like determine whether it was just like spicy foods or greasy foods. Like, it was just like no matter what I ate or drank, it would hurt afterwards, and it would hurt for like hours at a time, like just sharp, sharp pains. And um I had never experienced pain like that before. Like, I mean, growing up, I mean, girls always had like, most girls have cramps, but this was like just like a pain that would not go away, and it was just constant. Wow. So I had gone to the hospital a month in, and then I went to the hospital in Brawley, and then they didn't find anything. And then a couple weeks later, I went to the other hospital, which is in El Centro, and they still didn't find anything. So I was like, man, like what can it be? Like, maybe it's like colitis, or maybe it's like, I honestly didn't even know what it was, because I was like, maybe it's just me. Like, maybe it's just a random ass pain, because if I've gone to two different hospitals, nobody can find anything, nothing's coming out in the ultrasounds. Like, why am I having this pain? Like, the doctors couldn't explain it. So I just kept going on with my life. I kept working. This was all like I said, like in less than 2 months. So I moved out in January, and like by the end of March, like towards the end of March, I had planned a trip. It was my husband, myself, and my sister-in-law, and we were gonna go to Six Flags. We were gonna go to Six Flags, and then we were gonna go to a wedding. And I remember, I ended up renting a car. I don't know how, because I was only 18, but I rented a car. I rented a convertible car, and we went. We went. Leslie's like, "What the fuck? Where was I at? I don't know where you were at, girl." But we rented a convertible, and I was the only one driving. Like, my husband didn't have his license at the time. My sister-in-law was still a minor, so I drove. And again, for weeks, the pain was like I said, it would just go and come. So I could go like one day with pain, and then like 2 days without pain, or vice versa. Like, it was just it was just cuando le da la pinche gana, that's when I would get the pain. So I was like, oh, I'll be good. Like, it's just a trip. I just won't eat anything greasy, or I won't eat anything spicy. Like, I'll be good, like, on my diet wise, because I'm gonna go on this trip. So we go on the trip and we get to Six Flags, dude, and I'm in line to get on rides, and I'm like in excruciating pain. Like the whole time that we were at the park, like I could not enjoy being at the park because I was nonstop in pain, and I wasn't even eating anything like harsh. So I don't know if maybe from like the movement of like the rides, or I don't know why, but it was just I was in a lot of pain. And my husband's like, do you want to go back home? Like, we can go back home. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like, we still have a wedding that we need to go to. So we ended up leaving the park a little bit early because, again, I was in too much pain that I just couldn't deal with standing in the line and then getting on the rides. And then we ended up driving an additional like hour and a half or 2 hours to get to the wedding. We get to the wedding. We're in there for like maybe 30 minutes, and I tell my husband, you know what, I can't be in here, like I'm in so much pain, I need to just lay down. And I went to the car and I just laid in the back seat, like tossing and turning, while like my husband ended up coming to the car like 10 minutes later, and he just sat there with me, and he was like, dude, like let's just go back home, like I can see you're in a lot of pain, let's just go home. And I'm like, I can't, we're like 5 hours away, it's like 10 o'clock at night, we'll just go back home tomorrow. And so we end up spending the night, I don't remember where we spent the night. And the next day I'm like, okay, like we have to get back because I'm just in a lot of pain, like I cannot stay here any longer. But again, I had to drive 5.5 hours back home because my husband didn't have a license and we were in a rental car. So I was like, no, I have to drive back. And so we drove back. We come home. By the time that we get home, it's late. And now it's like Sunday night. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to have to go to the hospital, but it's already late. So I'll just go to the hospital in the morning. And so the whole night, like I remember my husband was like up with me all night because I was just throwing up all night. I was like crying in so much pain. Like nothing I did would give me relief. Like nothing. I would shower in like warm baths. I would drink a lot of water, ginger ale, like anything that I can think of, I was doing. But since I didn't know what the pain was like where the pain was coming from, what was wrong, I was like, dude, is this all in my head? Like no doctor can find what's going on. I'm there's nothing. There's no pain medication, there's no liquid diet, like everything that I was trying, nothing was working. And so at that time, dude, I was just like fed up with it. So the next day in the morning, I called my mom and I'm like, hey, I need a ride. Like, I need to ask you for a favor. I need a ride. I need to go to the hospital. And my mom's like, what's going on? And I told her, like, I've already gone to 2 different hospitals and they haven't been able to find anything in like 2 months. And now I'm just in a lot of pain and I can't drive. So I need you to come pick me up. And so she's like, well, where are you? Are you at your dad's? Because at the time, like I said in a previous episode, they thought that I was living in another city, in another town with my biological dad. So I was like, no, I need you to pick me up in El Centro. I'm at my boyfriend's house. And my mom's like, what are you doing at your boyfriend's house? And I was like, I'll explain when you get here. Like, I need you to come and pick me up and take me to the hospital. Like, by now, dude, like, I remember sitting in the living room waiting for my mom to drive to El Centro to pick me up. And I remember, like, my husband, like, trying to put my shoes on because I was, like, so out. By now, I'm, like, pale. I'm, like, dizzy. I'm sweating. I'm vomiting. I'm in so much pain. Like, I'm just, like, not there. I'm there, but not there. And so my husband's, like, trying to, like, help me get dressed and stuff. And my mom shows up. She picks me up. And on the way, I tell her, like, I've been living with my boyfriend since I left your house. And I told her I was with Laura for a little bit. I didn't tell her about the car situation. I just told her I was with Laura. And then I told her I ended up at my boyfriend's, and his family took me in. And so that's how she found out that I was actually living with him and that I had not been living with my biological dad. So was she upset? Fuck yes. But she was more worried at the time because she could see that I was not okay. So like she couldn't scold me or like yell at me or tell me anything because I'm like literally about to pass out in her front seat. And so we get to the ER back in Brawley, and I remember like getting there. I remember checking in. They like rushed me to like one of their little rooms. Like it was still in the ER, but like in a room, not in the beds. And my mom's in the room with me, and I just remember like blacking out. Like I remember laying there, and I remember them like asking me questions, and then I just black out. And I don't know how long I'm blacked out for. I just remember being in and out. Like I would wake up and like I could see like bright lights, and then I would go like it was just black again. And I don't know for how long I was like that, but I remember that. I remember there was this psycho girl, no names, but there was this psycho girl. There was a situation with this girl when we broke up the first time, and she was like a psycho. Like she literally tried to run me over multiple times. Um, she did the most, and so she was volunteering at the hospital, and I remember I remember when I was in and out, I remember waking up and I remember seeing her walking in, and I told my mom I don't want her in my room. And I remember telling my mom she tried running me over, and so my mom was like, what? And I was like, ask Leslie, like she tried running me over, I don't want her in my room. And so my mom ended up like having to like tell the nurses like she's not allowed in here. And like I don't really know what happened after that, because again I was in and out for like a couple of hours while they're like doing these testing and doing all these things. And then that's literally like the last thing I remember from the moment that I checked in until like they rushed me to surgery. So as I'm in the room after my mom's already told them that she doesn't want that girl in the room. I remember, I don't know what happens from the moment that I'm in the room to going into surgery. Like I'm blacked out. So I don't know if it's a memory or it actually happened, but I just remember seeing like bright lights and just black, like a Polaroid picture. I don't even know if it's a Polaroid, but I don't know if you ever had these, that they were back when we were growing up. I remember mom would develop these films, and in the films they were like a strip of, I don't know, let's say like brown pictures or black pictures, I don't know, and then you would put it to the light and you can see the picture. It's how they would develop it. I don't know, it's a film or whatever. So literally that's what I remember about being blacked out, or while I'm in my blackout zone or whatever it's called. I just remember I would see bright lights, and then I would just see like a bunch of these little snippet pictures of my life from like being young to being 18, like different memories, different scenes. And I just remember I remember saying to myself, like, is this it? Like, am I dead? Like, why am I seeing these things? Like, why are these memories coming to my head right now? And I don't know, again, I'm asleep or I'm blacked out, so I don't know if I'm awake, if I'm having a dream, if I'm in the middle of surgery. I don't know where I'm at because I'm blacked out. I don't know if I'm in the room with my mom. I don't know if I'm in surgery. I don't know if I'm dead. Like, I don't really know what happens in how many hours I'm out for, but that's all I remember for a big portion of that time I'm in the hospital, is just waking up to bright lights or waking up and just seeing all these little scenes of my life. And that's it. And I end up waking up like 2 days later, and I wake up. The first time I open my eyes, I wake up and I'm in the ICU, and I'm hooked up to all these machines. There's nobody in my room. Like, I'm in the ICU. So I don't know if you've been to the ICU to see a patient before, but I'm laying in bed and all I see is like a nurse's station. I'm like in a bubble. Like, it's just glass. And I can't speak. I can't, I'm not breathing on my own. Like, I have a machine. Like, I'm looking at myself. Like, I'm looking down and I have a machine, like a big old breathing machine on my nose. I have like a tube in my mouth. I have 2 tubes in my stomach. Like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, where the fuck is everyone? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, the last thing I remember is the girl on the tray, the bright lights, the pictures. That's all I remember. Like, where the fuck am I? And I remember looking to like the side where it has like a board of like your name, um, what day it is. And I remember waking up and I'm like, fuck, it's been 2 days. Like, I got here Monday and now it's Wednesday. And so I started like pressing the button on the, what's it called? On the bed. And then like somebody comes and they give me like a whiteboard because I can't speak. And they tell me that, they tell me that my husband's outside and that my mom's outside. And if I want to speak to one of them, that they can come in to speak to me. And I remember like my husband coming in and standing at the door, and I just like start crying because I can't talk and I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, what is up with me? Like, like, how long have I been out for? Like, why? Nobody can explain it. Like, when the nurse went in, she just said like, oh, welcome back, like your husband, your boyfriend or whatever, and your mom are outside. Like, she didn't really explain what was going on. And so my husband comes in and he sits next to me, and like, I'm just crying. And I'm like writing on the board like what's going on. And he just tells me that he was like, the doctors have to explain to you. He's like, but you ended up having one gallstone, but it was the size of like my palm, and it was like a black pearl. Like, that's what the doctor described it as. It was the color of a black pearl, the size of my palm. And that it was infected. It was one stone that was infected, and that if they would have caught it, like if I would have waited any longer, if it would have ruptured, that I could have died. Like, I could have died instantly, because since I waited that long and I was in pain for that long, that pearl of a gallstone was already infected. That's why it was black, because of the infection. And so it was already like going in my system, and my heart started failing. My heart started failing. I couldn't breathe. Like, I was having problems with my lungs. And so they had to like clean all that infection out. And that's why I was in the ICU for that long. That's why I blacked out, because I had an infection in my body.
Wasn't it like sepsis?
Yeah, so I developed sepsis from that infection of the gallstone. I developed sepsis, and it started affecting like my heart and some of my organs. And so that was kind of what happened. That was my near-death experience. It was crazy.
Dude, I remember I went to go see you. I don't know what day. I think it was like the day that you were gonna get released. So it was like, I don't remember how soon after. But yeah, I remember I went to go see you. I walked in and it was like a all glass, like there was like a circle in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's where the nurses were, and then the rooms were around it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I remember, dude, the bed was so big. Like, it was just you in the bed. Mm-hmm. And it was like empty. And I was like, dude, this is so weird. It's kind of like those movies when you're just like stuck somewhere and like nobody's around. Like, now I see why you would feel scared, because it's just like, it's just you and white walls, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how it was. Like, there was no TV. Like, there was just nothing. Like, I just remember it's like, just imagine like just being out of your mind for 2 days, and then you just open your eyes and all you see is like yourself hooked up to all these machines, and you're inside of like a bubble. And then, like I said, just a nurse like far away. Like, you can't even scream. You can't call her because you can't talk. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, like I said, my biological dad didn't well my biological dad didn't know that I was living with my boyfriend either, since him and my mom don't they didn't talk for many years. When my mom called him to tell him that I was in the hospital, my mom just told him, like, your daughter's in the hospital, she had an emergency surgery, you need to come and see her. So he shows up to the hospital, and while they're in the waiting room, my mom ends up telling him, like, did you know that your daughter has been living with her boyfriend for like a few months? And like my mom ends up telling him like that I had left her house, and like she fills him in on like what's been happening. And my dad like just walks away. Like, he doesn't go and see me. He's just mad, and he just walks away. And I was like, I mean, I was in shock at first because I was like, man, like, why is he so upset, you know? But I guess it was just because I didn't tell him my mom told him. Like, he just felt that, I'm assuming that that's why he got upset, because my mom told him and it wasn't me. But, yeah, that was my near death experience. A couple days after, so I ended up getting discharged like a week after, like once my infection cleared and everything. And I remember it was right before the big earthquake, like in 2010, I believe. Yeah, it was a Easter, so it's right on time. It was a big earthquake, like a 7.2 or something like that. And I remember like us being outside of my husband's grandma's house, like we were having like an Easter egg hunt, and I was like, I couldn't really move. So when the earthquake hit, because I still had tubes, like I had tubes in me for like 6 weeks, I think, like, because I still had, like, they had to get all the liquid and the infection out of like my gallbladder, I guess, or wherever. Oh, sorry, from wherever. So when the earthquake hit, I'm like sitting, and my husband's holding me because I'm sitting in the chair, and like it just starts moving, but I couldn't move. Like, I had stitches, I had cuts, I had that tube coming out of me. Like, it was horrible. It was a horrible experience. But that's pretty much it. That is my near death experience. More of the story, guys. We know our bodies. Okay, so if you feel that something ain't right, please go get it checked, because like I said, if I wouldn't have gone to the hospital so many times and been as insistent, and I would have just let it go, I would have not been here, because I barely made it to the hospital when I did, and that saved my life, because it would have ruptured. And even though it didn't officially rupture inside, it still spread. Like, I still got the infection out, and it spread. So luckily they were able to save me. But that's pretty much it. Now it's Leslie's turn.
I was just gonna add that, bless you,
Thank you.
to advocate for yourselves, guys. That's what she means, is basically go to the doctor and tell him what the fuck is up. And if that one doesn't listen to you, go to another one. Because then we wouldn't have Sean and Brian and Derek. What the fuck?
We wouldn't be on this podcast right now.
You guys wouldn't be listening to all these stories. Okay, I do not. Okay, I'm gonna start. So, I think this is like the hard, more than my engagement.
Les has been so nervous for this story time on this guy that she met. This has made her more nervous than her ending her engagement episode. And some of these other stories were like, she's getting into some deep ones here, guys. But this one, I don't know why she is so nervous to talk about. I have never met or talked to this guy, but I am a huge advocate for him, and I'm always cheering him on. And sometimes she gets mad at me because she's like, "What the fuck, bitch? You're my friend." But it's because this guy, he's an Eagles fan, okay, guys. And if you guys don't know me personally, I'm a huge Bird fan. So when Les first brought this guy up, I remember it was right before the Super Bowl last year. Well, not this year, but the year before it. The last Eagle Super Bowl we went to. And I remember it was a few weeks before, and I remember her coming to me, and she was like, I met this guy, and this girl don't tell me right off the back, okay? She don't tell me until, like, either things go south or things are going good. Like, she'll keep it to herself for, like, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week, or until she needs me, and then she leaves me all high and dry. But when she came with this guy, she was like, I met this guy, and she's telling me all these things about him, and she's like, and he's an Eagles fan. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's a wrap. Just sign the papers, Les. Like, that's it. And so she will talk about him for a little bit. I'm just trying to get her nerves to to simmer down, because she is blushing over here over over this Eagles guy.
Okay. So, actually he listens to the podcast, so I think that's the reason why I'm nervous. And he might be hearing this. Okay. So how we met on Facebook dating. He was like the third one I met after I started dating again. We started to get to know each other, but when it first started, we didn't start off on a good note. The first conflict was, so I asked if he used condoms, and I asked other questions as well. I'm very open about that topic, and I think girls should also ask the question because it's important. I've been through things in the past, so it's kind of something that I wanted to know if he did. And he took it offensively, and he said, "What, do you think I'm fucking a lot of bitches or something like that?" And I immediately got upset because, like, instead of being reassuring, like, "Oh yeah, I don't know, I use condoms, yes or no," being honest, he took it as like I was attacking him, I guess. And I was like, I don't like that. Like, I didn't like his answer. So I told him, based on your response, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you don't have to answer. Like, it's done. Like, we just, after that, I didn't answer him back. And I was trying to be vulnerable because, like I said, I've been through other situations regarding the topic about condoms. And that's why I wanted to be open about it with him. But instead, he took it offensively. So it made me, not my hand shaking. It made me not want to be open with him like that. So we stopped talking. And that's when I met Black Beauty. I'm just kidding. And then, okay, so we took a break. We stopped talking for a bit, and then we reconnected. He apologized, and he told me that he didn't mean it. And I said, okay, maybe I could have said it in a different way that it couldn't have been offensive to him. And everything was good after that. I guess we had a chat, and yeah, go ahead.
I think what triggered you the most, because I remember you telling me about the situation, and I remember what triggered you the most was the word bitches. Yeah. Like, it wasn't, like, yeah, you were upset about how he dismissed you, like, how he dismissed your values or what you were asking, like, he was being defensive about it, but I remember you telling me that the thing that pissed you off the most was the bitches comment. Like, the word bitches to you is like a trigger because of your past situation. So it doesn't, I think it just depends on who says it and how they say it. Because me and you, we call each other bitch for everything. Or when we're talking to anybody else, we're like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Or, or like my husband says bitches a lot. Like, but you don't get triggered by it. Or at least I don't think you get triggered by it because you laugh or you go along with it. But when it's a male, like a male's point of view, and he's describing other females and as all these bitches, is where you felt disrespected because in your relationship before, that has been it was one of the issues, was him disrespecting you and calling you a bitch. So, and again, if you don't want to say this, you can cut it out, but that's what triggered you the most. Was one, yes, his response on how quickly he got defensive and he didn't want to understand where you were coming from, but two was that comment because you wanted him to understand you and he just was not getting it. Like, and as you were like, I'm just not going to explain it. If you're not understanding why I'm upset, I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm not going to waste my time. And then that's when you stop talking to him.
Yes, that's exactly why. I hate the word bitches. But like you said, I say it all the time, but it just, when it comes from a man and they say it like talking down to someone, like when you're talking down to a woman, mm-hmm. or talking down or talking bad about a woman, like that's when I don't like it. So yeah, that was a trigger for me. So that's why when somebody triggers me, I just don't even want to have a conversation because it's already like done. That conversation's over. So yeah, that's basically why I stopped talking to him. But when he apologized, I don't know why, but every time he comes back or he apologizes, I always forgive him, or we just end up talking, and like we do talk about it sometimes, or sometimes it's just something so dumb that we don't really talk about it. But I remember that time we did talk about it, and I don't think I told him like exactly why I felt a certain way. I just was like, okay, like you apologized, and then we moved on.
And let me tell you something, Eagles guy, because I know you're listening. The fact that this bitch, and I'm gonna say bitch because I'm not belittling her, okay? I'm not talking down to her. We're equal bitches here. See, 2 bitches in a pod, 2 bees in a pod. The fact that she forgave you not once, not twice, okay, 3 times already. That speaks volume, because this girl, she'll block you and you're done. Like, that's it. She's moved on. I want to say the people that really impact her or that she really feels a connection with, she will forgive them once, maybe twice, but 3 times is never. Like, her thing is like 3 times you're out. And she keeps giving you chances, and then you keep fucking it up. But I'm still in your corner because I still have hope that as a fellow Eagles fan, you're gonna prove me right.
So yeah, so after I forgave him that one time, he was good. Everything was good. Like, he would text good morning. We would text all day. He would text good night. We would FaceTime. We would talk on the phone. He was like the only guy that actually FaceTimed me, that I actually answered the FaceTime, and the phone calls, because another thing is I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't like to FaceTime. Like, I like to communicate, but mostly through text. So that's another thing that I changed, because I actually like talking to him. He was very present, attentive. Like, he would get out of work and he would call me. So like, it was like good communication, right? So why do I still like him? And this is the part that confuses me, because we have a good connection. I think I am very attracted to him, even though I don't. What are you looking at?
Bitch.
What?
Okay, so you know cowboy guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have him, okay? But I just seen a post like suggested for you, and he just bought a house with this girl. Bitch, he talked to you a month ago. Like a month and a half ago. How the fuck did he already buy a house with some other girl?
No idea.
I am so confusion here, guys.
No wonder you were like fucking. Oh, you were. Oh, you know what? He was actually telling me that he was getting a house built in Phoenix or something like
Bitch,
that.
with some girl.
Well, you didn't tell me that part.
What? Okay, sorry. Keep going. It was just. Oh, well, he's gonna see. I just seen his story.
Oh fuck.
All right, sorry.
That's
Keep
okay.
going. I wanted to get my raw reaction on there for the pod.
For the pot. Dude, I was like looking at you and I was like, what the fuck are you seeing that has you so fucking shook? I don't even know where I left off.
Sorry, girl. I was shook.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat what I said. Oh. Bitch. I don't know how to say it. Okay. Fuck, I don't like saying this part. I don't like talk about my feelings. Okay. Okay, why I do still like him? Back to that fucking section. Why I do still like him. Um, I feel like we have a connection, right? Every time we talk, like I feel like it's just we update each other and like whenever we stop talking and we talk again, it's like the spark is there and like we have a connection, we send pictures, we up like not like that, we like update each other, send selfies. Well, I send selfies, he doesn't like to take pictures, but anyway, we just what.
Have you received a dick pic?
No, I have not. I don't receive dick pics.
Damn, that's a shame.
No, and I've never asked because as you know, I'm not like that. But we just update each other. Like he sends me a picture of his work boots. I don't know why I have a work boot situation. I like pictures of work boots because he's working.
It's because this girl wants a blue collar man that has a job, and you know maybe you're trying. You might not get dick pics, but you're getting some size pics in future reference.
I'm dead. I feel like we connect through different things like humor. I don't know, he laughs about all the stupid shit I say. So my love language, I think something about me is that I'm a giver, and when I care about someone, I like doing little things for them. So I sent him lunch to work a few times just because I wanted to make sure that he would eat because this guy stays forgetting his lunch. It wasn't anything big, it was just something small that I wanted to do for him. And I don't do things to expect anything back. But I feel like I do that in a sense of showing that I care because obviously, but I think over time I realized that I also feel appreciated in small ways too. Like I would like to feel appreciated in small ways. Like small gestures, like coffee, I don't know. And I'm not saying it to ask for these things, but I just felt like it was like very one-sided, I guess. And it reminded me of my trigger.
So, I don't think you're like a high maintenance person or like you need nice things or brand things. I think you're very basic. Like, fucking order me a fucking breakfast jack and a frap and I'll be fine. Like, order me a Starbucks, or I don't think, like I said, you're not very materialistic. It's just like you said, you like small gestures. And if you're putting in the effort and you're sending him coffee, or you're buying him breakfast or a cake pop or whatever it is, like, you would want some. And like you said, you're not expecting it in return. Like, even be consistent. Just text me good morning, or thank you, or good night. I don't think like you said, it doesn't have to be about materials or him having to repay you or send it back. It's just, make some time for me, FaceTime me, or um come and visit me, or plan something out. Like, I know you have talked about meeting him halfway or going to go see him. And I've been telling you, when you go to your work trips, meet him somewhere. Meet him for coffee, or meet him for a quick lunch or for a dinner. And Eagles guy, you gotta put in the work. Like, if you want homegirl over here, you're gonna have to put in some effort, because I do see it. Like, he is intrigued in what you have to say, because he's been tuning into our episodes, and he wants to hear what you have to say about him, and he wants to know a little bit about how you're feeling towards him. So, like, I can see that there is some type of feelings there, I want to say, or like interest there. Yeah. But I feel like you guys also tend to get upset and then give yourselves some space. But I mean, you guys have been talking on and off already for like a year and a half, I want to say. So I think it's time for you guys to meet up. I don't know, girl. I think it's time for you guys to meet up, see if that chemistry that you guys have is also in real life. And even if it's just for Starbucks, or even if it's just, I don't know, Applebee's, a drink and some food, or appetizers and some drinks, or I don't know what you guys are into. But I do think you guys have to meet up and see if this is like worth pursuing, because you guys both live in different cities. So, I don't know. That's what I think. I think you guys have to meet up in person and see how you guys are in person, and if you guys can continue to move along, or if you guys are both over it and you guys have decided to just be friends, or to just do your thing for a while. You guys are the ones that would know.
So, on my last work trip, he actually, you know how you shared the story, the picture of on your story of like where I was.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, you're gonna pass by where I live. Why don't you come say hi?" At the time, I was feeling like shit because I had just gotten sick again, for like the fourth time since freaking the year started. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't feel good. Like, I really don't. But he was telling me like I should go. And I had literally stopped at a Walmart that was in the area where he was at, but I just didn't realize it. And then when I left, he was like, "Oh, where are you passing through?" And I was like, "Oh, I just passed." I don't even remember what it said. It was like a In and Out or something like that. He was like, "Oh, that's literally by my house," and I was like, "Well, I just passed it." I was like, "Damn, I felt fucked up." But honestly, like, I really didn't feel good, and I just wanted to get home, which I did explain to him. But it would have been cool to meet. He was like, "Oh, you should have stayed at my place." I was like, "Girl."
Didn't she text me when she was, or she voice memos me when she's like driving, and she's like, "Guess who just messaged me?" I'm like, "Who?" And she's like, "Evil's guy. He told me to stop." I was like, "Bitch, fucking make a U-turn." I was over there trying to encourage her, and she's like, "No, I need to get home." And I was like, "Esta way le saca." I would have been like, "Give me that address right now. I'll stop by real quick."
Dude, I am. I'm scared. I know I make it seem like I'm not, but I'm scared. Honestly, like, I suck at dating. Like, I'm not the best. So that's why I feel like he has to put in more work.
Um, I don't date, but I try to help her get to these dates, because if not, like, if we leave it up to Les, she's gonna be single for the rest of her life, because this bitch cannot shoot her shot on her own. She will not message guys on her own. Like, I'm like, dude, this is what you can say, this what and she's like, that's embarrassing, or no. I'm like, girl, look it, I shot my shot, and here I am 18 years later, 3 kids later. You gotta shoot. Sometimes, girls, you gotta shoot your shot, because either some men are just embarrassed, or they have no idea what's going on, or I don't fucking know. But sometimes you just gotta shoot your shot. Who fucking cares, guys? We're in fucking almost in 2030. This is no, like, you gotta wait for the guy to come pursue you. Nah, nah, nah. If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Well, yeah. I just wanted to add that. Also, I feel like for me, sometimes he's like inconsistent. Like at first when we start reconnecting, um, he'll message me good morning, talk to me throughout the day, and then we would say goodnight. And then he just disappears, right? Maybe I said something that he didn't like, or I don't know, and then he just like doesn't message me anymore, and or he'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was busy," or certain things like that. But anyway, back when he used to like party and drink, I remember I brought up to him that he would like post stories or look at my stories, and I would have texted him like 2 hours prior, but he wouldn't answer me. But he would be like on social media, and he was like, "Well, I'm not on my phone 24/7. Like when I'm with my friends, I'm having fun, whatever." And like that was kind of like for me, it was more like the communication. Like just tell me like, "Oh, I'm out with my friends," and that's it. Like you don't have to be texting me 24/7 as long as I'm like, "Oh, okay, you're out with your friends, whatever." He would just like message me the next day and be like, "Oh, I'm super fucking hungover," or something, like, "Oh, I got so drunk last night." So that's why I was like kind of like disappointed, I guess, in like the way that he would show me that he cared, and then he would just like slowly stop caring, or like maybe not show as much effort, I guess. There was a time where I did bring up that he would like drink a lot and stuff like that, but that was like a while, like maybe like a year ago, because now um he's not. And so we had stopped talking right for a while again, and we recently reconnected, maybe like, I don't know, like a month ago or so. And um he comes back, we kind of update each other, like um how everything's been with him. And he tells me that now he's like going to church and he's doing Bible studies, and like that he stopped partying and stuff. So then I also started going to church as well. Um so we kind of reconnected in that sense. But I feel like he just kind of disappeared again. Like we talk here and there, like in the beginning, like okay, when we reconnected, we talked like good morning again, like talked throughout the day. He would call me, we would send voice memos, and then now it's just like he'll like my pictures on my stories, or he'll comment on a picture at the gym. But like it's not like, I feel like he's not really interested, or he's not ready. I don't know.
Have you ever thought that maybe he's like in a relationship with somebody? Like maybe that's like, I'm just saying because that's happened to you in the past, where people are inconsistent, or like they're only consistent during certain hours, and then after hours, or after a certain time, they become inconsistent, or they stop talking to you. Like, do you think that maybe he when he goes MIA for weeks or months at a time, it's because he's with somebody else, or maybe he's inconsistent throughout the day because he's living with somebody.
No, I don't have that feeling with him. Um I just feel like it's more like cuz I don't know, like because whenever he does message me, he's like, "Oh, I was taking a nap or I don't know, doing something. I was getting ready for the gym or I was preparing my pre-workout or I was at Costco." So it's like I don't feel like that about him. I mean, it could be. I don't know. But no, I don't think so. Unless I'm blind as fuck.
Honestly, I don't get that from this guy either. I was just asking because I don't know, like because it's happened to you in the past, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't get that vibe from this guy either. Like like what you've told me, what I've seen, what I've heard, I don't get that vibe from him. I just feel like I get the vibe as in he's just not ready to be in a relationship, or he's not ready to commit, or he's just fucking around right now. Like not like fucking around sexually. I'm just saying like maybe he's just has a lot of friends that he talks to, or maybe he's just busy, or maybe work between work and church. Maybe he's busy, you know, or he just maybe doesn't want to date right now. But regardless, Eagles guy, please be upfront with her. Just let her know what is going on. And if you're ready to meet up with her, just ask her out. Just set something up. Don't girls don't always have to be the ones to set up dates. And guys don't always have to be the ones to shoot their shot. Sometimes roles can be reversed, and that's okay. But if you ain't making a move, then shit ain't gonna happen.
If you ain't making a move, then move. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way.
But yeah, I feel like honestly at this moment right now, I feel like we just stopped talking again. Like we just kind of disconnected. And I feel like I disconnected because he kept saying like, "Oh, maybe I should come down a weekend and go see you," but I've heard that many times. So it's kind of just like it's kind of like pointless to me. Like I don't want to get my hopes up and be like, "Oh, he's bless you. He's going to come see me, you know?" Or meet my friends because he was like, "Oh yeah, maybe I should go meet your friends and come on the podcast." And I was like, you know, it would be nice, but I really don't want to get my hopes up at all because he hasn't proved anything. So, yeah. Eagles guy, this is your last shot. Bye.
And so that is the end of our story time, guys. One of the things that we were talking about before this, which I don't know if any of you guys watch Bachelorette or have watched Mormon Wives, but me and Les are huge fans, and we've been kind of keeping up with all the drama. And we were just talking before this episode, we were talking about about Taylor's story, how it's sad that they paused it because I was totally looking forward to. Like, I already knew it was gonna be a bust because I already know she's in love with her ex, her baby daddy Dakota. Like, we already knew that. Like, I knew that. I was like, what is she waiting about Bachelorette for if she is in love with this other guy? But whatever. Like, I still liked her, so I was like, I'm down to watch it. What do you think, Les? Because I have not watched the latest season of Mormon Wives. I haven't seen it, so Les has seen it.
Dude, it's so good. Like, you need to watch it. Because you'll see, bless you, you'll see on the episodes that the day. Oh, I don't want to tell you. Never mind. She's still fucking with her ex, basically. Yeah. So, like, I feel like I was excited to watch it. I actually watched the first episode where she kind of met the girls, the other girls that had been in the Bachelorette before. That's basically the first episode that they're telling her like you're going to be dating all these guys and what you need to look for, like I guess forward to and be ready for, and like that was the first episode. But like I really wanted to watch it, and like they were showing previews about it. So I was like, shit, like this is good because she was very honest and she's very open. Like she shows like her emotions and she talks straightforward like to guys and stuff. So I was excited to see it and it didn't fucking happen.
But I feel like she's always been like that. I think that that's why I kind of like, there's been seasons where I like her and then I don't like her. And then I like her because I feel like sometimes she gets a little bit too annoying, but then it's like, okay, I can see why she's being this way, or, you know, like she's had a lot of trauma and I get it. Like, again, guys, I do not condone domestic violence because I was in an abusive relationship before. So I mean, not as severe as hers, obviously, because there was kids involved, but I do not condone it. But I also feel like, what is the purpose of Dakota bringing that evidence forward 4 years later? Like, if this happened in the beginning of season 1, and now we're already done with season 4, they're already recording season 5. What was the purpose of him bringing that video now? Like, why didn't he bring it out in one of the other seasons, or when she had like all these deals, or she was coming out in the Oscars or wherever she was coming out? Like, why not bring it up there? Why wait until she go, and then, or bring it up when you first find out she's gonna go on Bachelorette? Like, why wait until 2 days before she's gonna air, or how many ever days before it airs? Like, she already finished Bachelorette. She's already either with the guy or broken up with the guy in real life. So why wait until her show is about to be released? Like, what is the purpose of that? You're just a fucking narcissistic freaking asshole. Yeah. Because he didn't want her to move on.
I feel like he did it to have power over her because like in like why, so she came out in actual podcasts and she talked about what happened. She served the time and she was open about what happened, but until he showed a video a couple years later, that's when it just like triggered everything again. So yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why did he wait so long? And then, like, it's stupid because now he's trying to put restraining orders on her and, like, have her not be able to come around him or his child. And I'm like, you were fucking her right before. So if you were so scared of her, what were you doing all these 4 years? This all happened before you guys even had a child. You still had a child with her. So how are you okay to put a restraining order now when you've been dealing with this for years? According to you, it happened years ago. So what was the purpose? It's just to make her, like you said, for power and to make her look stupid, and because he was embarrassed and he was jealous that she moved on. And that's a narcissistic trait right there, is he didn't want her to be nobody else's but his.
Yeah. And then this last season you're gonna be so annoyed of because exactly of this topic. That's what you're gonna be mad about. And then did you also see Call Her Daddy with Jesse? The episode?
I have not. Like, I've seen portions of it, but I haven't been able to see the whole thing. But I know you said that it was a good one.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like, you need to watch it. Like, I thought I went hard on my ex the last podcast. No, this bitch brought everything. Like, she talked about everything about her ex. And I was like, shit, dude. I was like shook. Yeah, you're gonna be like, cut, like, yeah, exactly.
Maybe since I'll be on vacation, I'll be able to watch or listen. But that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to add? Anything that's going on? Anything coming up?
No. I don't think so. I'm gonna babysit her kids. Wish me luck, guys.
I wish you luck, girl. And they're my kids. Nah, I feel like they love being with you. So
It's fun.
I think they try to be on their best behavior because I always tell them, like, if you're not on your best behavior, she's not gonna want to watch you guys again. And I was literally telling him, like, you're gonna stay with this person, you're gonna stay with this person. He was like, no, can we just stay with Leslie? I promise we'll be on our best behavior. And I'm like, okay, but if you don't, she ain't gonna watch you guys again. So I am going on vacation with my husband for a couple of days, and I am super excited because we haven't been on vacation for a minute. And we also have our Easter extravaganza tomorrow, which by the time this episode comes out, it already happened. So we will see how that goes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be very exhausted because I do this to myself. Like I've said before, I strive, guys, on chaos, having a lot on my plate, being stressed out. I strive on that. That is like my cocaine. I've never had cocaine, but I'm just saying, like, okay, guys, I've never had it. I'm just saying, that's why I envision is I love to be in like chaos. So when I had all these plans that I made, I did not really take into consideration how I booked everything the same weekend. So I I planned our Easter extravaganza party at my house with like our friends and family. And that's tomorrow. And then I wake up the next day, go to church with my kids for Easter, and then I will be leaving on vacation like right after.
Mom.
So I am super excited for that. I just feel like I need a little getaway for a little bit. So that's pretty much it. I will give you guys a story time next time, but that is it for now. Have a great I don't want to say Easter because by the time this episode comes out, it's already been past Easter.
Yeah.
So that's it for now, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.